Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Path of Exile. This episode was originally supposed to be the quote-unquote FlameSpouter character with Templar guy who was going to be doing something probably not Searing Bond. There were many iterations of attempting to get this character up to Act 2 that didn't end well. Sort of like this. Bladeback Guardian rather, has a pretty insane corrupted Fire Nova ability. Doesn't say so on the ability list he gets. He reflects everything. He casts Ice Spears on death, but he has this fire spell he'll apparently start casting really quickly while you're fighting him. I was not aware of this. So yeah, that's how that ended up. After that, it was kind of like, screw it, I'm going...
I could learn a thing or two here.
Yes, that's lovely. I was trying to talk, thank you very much. I figured we just... I just didn't feel like re-rolling again, because there may have been some other kind of unrelated deaths with that particular character build, and I was tired of re-rolling and running through the same act again and again. So it was back to the stormcaller, where we are currently in the Chamber of Sins in Act 2. There was no actual video footage of running to the area, because I just jumped into a group and popped into a town portal, the Chamber of Sins, level 1. And this confused the hell out of me. I'm in a party and I got a party invite. I really don't know what was going on here. It seems that someone else was still in the instance, according to that guy. Yeah. Anyway. So, with Invasion, I'm kind of torn on it. On the one hand, I really like the idea of the invasion bosses being all over the place. As I've covered in previous videos, I really wish they weren't way stronger and more difficult than the area bosses. Merveil, Piety, Val Oversoul, Dominus should all be reasonably difficult. Especially later on when you get to Merciless, people farm the crap out of them. You know, people kill Dominus in like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. It's down to a science for most people where you run in, you kill him, you collect your loot, you leave. And you get pretty decent loot, especially if you have like a Magic Find Color kind of build with you, which which most groups are going to have to some extent. These invasion packs of mobs, they drop garbage, really. I don't think I've seen a single rare off an invasion mob. I think I saw I think I received a fireball skill gem off of one. It's like, ooh, fireball, yeah. Totally couldn't get that in a whole 10 seconds with a witch, because, you know, it's the whole starting ability that you get off the little zombie guy you kill when you initially start the game. So, I don't know. I just don't like the fact that it gets to the point eventually where it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to... There's an invasion boss? Well, I'm just going to run away. And it's like, I want to actually do the thing that makes the League special. With Nemesis, the Nemesis mods on the rare bosses it was at least like, oh, yeah, okay, he's got this little extra special effect that makes him more difficult. But he's still going to drop normal rare boss loot, so he could drop a yellow or a skill gem or some currency items with a higher chance than a regular mob. The invasion bosses just don't have that, so it's kind of disappointing when you actually do kill them, and some of them are quite difficult to kill, so... Fortunately with Bladeback, in particular the one from earlier in the video, they did adjust the damage that he does. So, he shouldn't be able to one-shot anyone quite so easily. But it was annoying because I had 2 Val skill gems on the character that time, so I just found 2 already at that point. And it's not in this video, but I found Val Shock, and I'm gonna have a video coming up playing with that. There's like 150 little, and by shock, I mean spark. Val Spark, it's pretty damn fun. I really need to get this character better flasks. I can be using, I think, large flasks at this point, and I'm still running around with a basic little small or mediums. As I yawn, because you know, why not? After seeing Flame Burst in action, it's like, huh, that looks like it could be kind of fun. It's sort of like Stormcaller in a way. It has a charge-up period where you're not doing anything, and then when you unleash it, things kind of take a lot of damage or just die. But, I need to stop saying, but, yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. But, in other turns of event, haha, see what I did there. And I almost did it again unintentionally this time. In an unprecedented turn of events, I actually remember the thing from the last episode that I was talking about. And then I talked about talking about it, and then I forgot what I was talking about. I know this all makes tons and tons of sense. I was talking about how, oddly enough, people start talking about things when they're streaming or casting or stuff like that, or recording videos, and then they get sidetracked by something and forget what they were talking about, which I ended up doing. It was how people pronounce their names. When the LCS casters mentioned it, because, you know, they're talking about player names all the time. Sometimes they get butchered, or people, but so they try to ask the players, how do you like your name getting pronounced? And it seemed like one of the casters was going to say something along the lines of, quite a few of them just don't care. It's like, oh, whatever, say what you want. I'm kind of the same way. I get, you know, Xioden. D-E-N is pretty simple. Din, whatever. It's not a whole lot of difference between it. Xio, on the other hand, I believe, like, the kind of Asian, Chinese, like, you know, Asian-ish kind of language that actually is often pronounced as, like, a shao, with an SH rather than an X or a Z kind of sound. But people ask me how I pronounce my name, and my answer is always just, I don't care. So it varies from place to place, but I'm sometimes Xioden, sometimes Xioden, Xioden, Xioden. It's just all over the place. Some people take the easy or smart way out, depending on how you look at it, and just go with X. Very few games recently have allowed last names. When I did that, it was always easier for people, but yeah. So which way is the correct way? Don't know, don't care. But I remember that topic from last time out of the blue, like a day and a half after saying that and talking about it, and then forgetting about it. Huh. Actually, talking about Path of Exile, though, Flame Burst looks really fun. I might actually end up picking it up for the next iteration of FlameSpouter, whenever the hell that happens. He's currently sitting dead in Title Strand, or well, alive in Title Strand at the beginning. But yeah, apparently we're yawning now again. But here again, you know, it's there's actually some rares that dropped off that guy, but overall, I don't know, the invasion boss is just not really worth the time. And a lot of players, myself included, do want to actually do the content and kill these bosses without having to worry about getting one shot. As they feel now, I almost, yeah, me trying to stand for a Valor, but was short allocation. It's like, screw it. I got screwed over earlier out of one, and I wasn't in it. It was a short allocation group, and a Valor dropped for me, and I was getting freaking blocked by stuff, and I couldn't get to it in time to pick it up, and someone else grabbed it. It's the reason I hate short allocation. Yeah, if you're further away, you have more time to run over and pick stuff up, but that doesn't help you if you physically cannot get to it before it lights up and someone else can. You have to have someone with Leap Slam, Lightning Orb, whatever that little dexterity dash through enemies thing is. But look how quickly this area boss drops compared to the other one. Look how many rares, unique, and currency items end up getting dropped as well. That other invasion boss we spent killing about 30 seconds ago took forever in comparison and dropped nearly nothing. Well, yeah, that's my rant and rave about this episode. Stormcaller coming along nicely. Got some other characters in the work. We'll be jumping around a little bit. I'll probably have someone else doing the Weaver's Chamber and stuff shortly. I guess tomorrow, I think, per the upload schedule. And, yeah, I don't know if I never noticed this, or if I always just clicked through it, but Groost actually has skill gems for the Chamber of Sins. I don't know if I just never realized that or what, but hey, can't complain. Yeah.
What?
I think that's, yeah. I'll end the episode here. That's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Path of Exile. Next time, the Weaver's Chamber with maybe FlameSpouter, maybe someone else. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, rate, and/or subscribe, and have a great day.